Sagittarius. All persons born from November 22nd to December 20th, inclusive, were born under the sign of Sagittarius. This is the last sign of the fire triplicity, as this is the sign of earnestness, honesty, and frankness. I want to impress you with the fact that the Hindu yogis give their whole lives to doing good, that all that I write here is for your good. I want you to be successful and happy. The text of all our sermons and writings is health, wealth, and happiness. We try to love the world the same as God does. Naturally, you are born for grand achievement. The only things that can retard your progress or be obstacles to your being successful would be tendencies of doubt, fear, morbidness, impatience, dishonesty, a lack of combativeness, a lack of hope and cheerfulness, and a lack of generosity. You must study your weak points carefully and try to break yourself of the tendency to quickly get angered or mad with those who do not agree with you. Put your whole force and energy in whatever you undertake and know that you can succeed. You can generally accomplish what you undertake by having the fullest faith and greatest confidence in your ability to succeed. It is absolutely necessary for people of your sign of either sex to have unbounded faith, hope, and confidence. If you are fearful of success and have any doubts about succeeding in any undertaking you may have in mind, it would be wise for you to abandon it, as the chances are you will not meet with success. Work is essential to your happiness. All people of this sign who are idle, are not continually actively engaged in some pursuit, are apt to be very miserable. Rely entirely upon your own opinions and don't permit or allow anyone to switch you off or change your mind, as your own judgment about what to do and what not to do is far more valuable than that of friends or acquaintances. People of this sign, both men and women, are adapted to business and are successful when they apply themselves to one line. Concentrate all of your energy and powers on whatever you have in hand, and do not take up a new undertaking until you carry the present one to a successful end. You will be very powerful and forceful to the extent that you combat and overcome obstacles, especially your faults. You are one who does not need to be told much about your faults, as you know them yourself. Therefore, I will not say much about them, but leave you to determine your weak points, and only urge you to fight with persistency to down every low and bad tendency you may have. Your great success and happiness will depend upon how you bring out the good and high qualities which you naturally possess. When these are strong and dominant, your lower nature, you will be a very charming and fascinating person. Then, in love, business, social achievements, or culture, you will be successful. People will then marvel at your wonderful magnetic and hypnotic powers, which will make you all powerful in influencing men and women, in attracting and drawing to you people who can be of service to you. Be ever active in your own affairs, and waste no time or energy in meddling with the affairs of others. People of this sign do many of the great things in the world, and when educated, well-read, well-informed, and cultivated, invariably achieve distinction and amass great fortunes. It is well for you in your relations with men and women to be frank and open, and always bright, cheerful, and jovial. If there is anything that people dislike, it is a blue, grumbling, whining man or woman, who with sorrowful or sad countenance always has a tale of woe to tell. People who succeed are those who are ever hopeful and cheerful, and who are always up and doing, making things happen. And this is just what you must fix in your mind. I will make things happen. I will succeed. I will be happy and joyful. I will see only the good and bright things of this world. What this world needs is more cheerful workers, more enterprising men and women, more progressive beings, more courageous and combative people. If not married, I would advise you to seriously consider the question. Read what I say about marriage in the closing chapter of this book. Neatness, order, attention to details, providently laying aside money for emergencies belong to your sign in a marked degree, and are what makes so many of the Sagittarius people so wonderfully successful. They generally understand the following words of wisdom uttered by a wise and good man. The way to wealth is as plain as the way to market. It depends on two words, industry and frugality. That is, waste neither time nor money, but make the best use of both. If you would be wealthy, think of saving as well as getting. Poverty is a curse and must be abolished. The yogis of India, in a quiet and subtle way, in all of their sermons, lectures, and writings, inject suggestions against poverty. We pray constantly that the minds of men may grasp the true and high way of acquiring money and using it wisely. We claim no great fortunes were ever amassed dishonestly, that to acquire enormous wealth one must be honest and wise, know how to use it wisely after getting it. Fully developed, cultured, refined, and educated, the Sagittarius people are very intuitive, their minds constantly running ahead and quite accurately foretelling coming events. They become bright and brilliant conversationalists, and, all in all, a much-loved people. Lots of reading, good-spirited music, outdoor sports, dancing in association with learned and brilliant people is of advantage to you. This sign is governed by Jupiter, and the gems are carbuncle, diamond, and turquoise. The astral colors are gold, red, and green. The diseases which you are most likely to suffer from are rheumatism and stomach troubles. Your best companions are those born in Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Virgo, and in your own sign. People born in this sign have very expressive eyes and are active and graceful, being swift in their movements. May the peace and blessings of the Blessed One and all the devas, angels, and all the yogis of the universe be ever with you, dear sister or brother of Sagittarius. Bhakti Siva. Cusp. If your first breath was drawn when one sign was taking the place of another, you will partake of the characteristics of both signs. Hence, you belong to the cusp. The residence in a sign consists of 6 days. Any time less endows one with some of the qualities of the preceding sign. The cusp of Scorpio through Sagittarius, November 22nd through 28th. Persons born on any of these 6 days are agreeable in speech and graceful in manner, and are remarkable imitators. The conscience of Sagittarius has a hard struggle at times with the easy moral principles of Scorpio, but Sagittarius usually conquers. If a native of this cusp takes up an impure or dissipated life, their descent is more rapid. They make the best soldiers, surgeons, and lawyers, as they are devoid of all fear. The woman is law in her own household and severely deals with any disobedience. These persons require praise and consideration for their good deeds, and if it is not given, it has a marked effect on their happiness. The people of this cusp are remarkably brilliant and capable of great learning, but they lack patience and frequently fret themselves into the grave. Sometimes the forces from these two signs produce a more pronounced and disagreeable pessimist. As a rule, however, the people of these signs are agreeable.